Hello, everybody. Hey, for the past few weeks, we've been getting a steady stream of bad news. Things being canceled, things that we enjoy so much that we're no longer able to do. And finally, today, after so many weeks of bad news, I have some good news to share. And that is that on June 21st, we are planning to resume our in-person public services at the Vineyard Church of Davenport. So that's amazing. For the past few weeks, we've been carefully monitoring the number of new cases, the number of deaths from COVID-19, and really being very cautious about opening up for such a large church, multi-generational. We wanted to do the best we could to make sure that we could provide a safe environment as possible. And so we do feel like it is okay to open up the church right now. And I know that many of you have been anxiously waiting for this day. Some of you probably wish that we would have opened weeks ago. Thank you for being understanding. Thank you for being patient and hanging with us. And again, we just felt like this was the most loving thing that we could do to protect vulnerable members of our own church, as well as the community, from coming in contact with the coronavirus. And as excited as we are to meet together, I think we're all adults, and you probably know this already, but I'll just go ahead and say it, that things are not going to be exactly the same when we come back as they were when we left. Times have changed. And so probably the first thing that's important is to be able to maintain social distance. And so we'll be doing that. We'll be doing our best to follow the other guidelines produced by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and other public health officials. We'll be doing our best we can to clean and disinfect between services and all of those sorts of things. There'll be some other changes as well. I just want to highlight real quickly. First of all, probably the biggest change, and for me, one of the biggest bummers, is that we will not be able to have our Vineyard Kids program in this first phase of reopening. And so I think we can all understand kids have a hard time following in directions. They want to be around each other, touch each other, share the same toys, things like that, as well as it takes so many volunteers to produce a high quality kids program. And so for a while, we will not be offering Vineyard Kids. When you come into the cafe, you'll notice right away there will not be tables and chairs. We want to have as much space available for people to spread out as possible. So you can still say hi, and of course, don't do hugs and handshakes and all of that, but there will not be tables and chairs in the cafe. And then as you move into the auditorium, you'll notice again some major changes. We've taken out every other row of chairs. We've changed the seats around to provide better distance between rows and aisles. So it would be like one family per row, and need to be at least 6 feet between families. If you're coming as a single person, and if you've been interacting with other single people regularly, maybe you even rode together to church, it would be okay for you to sit next to another single person, even though you're not technically part of the same family, but that would be okay for you to do in the auditorium. I know a big question that many of you have is whether or not we will be required to wear a face mask. I know that's a really big issue. Sometimes it's divisive, and it can be a barrier for folks. And so I want to address that real quick. I know that sometimes people have a medical condition that makes it harder for them to breathe and things like that. So right now, what we're going to say about masks, in this first phase of reopening at least, is that masks are required for staff and volunteers. Okay, so the reason for that is obviously we interact and connect with lots of different people, and so we need to be very careful for people that are on our service teams to wear a mask. If that's something that you're not able to do, please just let your service team leader know that you're not able to do that, and we can find someone else that will be able to help. And for everyone else, what we're saying is that masks are encouraged, but not required. Okay, so you can wear a mask if you want to. I've shared this before. In my own personal opinion, for me, it's a simple way to show love to my neighbor, to make sure that I don't accidentally pass them on something that I have or didn't even know it. For me, wearing a mask is a way to love my neighbor. But if you choose not to wear a mask, we won't judge you. You're welcome. This is a welcoming and friendly place. So feel free to come on in, whether you have a mask or whether you don't. And by the way, we will have some free masks available in case you forget yours or don't have one. You can pick one of those up at the Info Center for free. Also, you might be wondering, possibly, this is great news. I'm so glad we're meeting again, but why do we have to wait till the 21st? Why can't we just meet this Sunday? And once again, that comes down to, we have a large number of service team people, and we need to get the word out to them. We need to communicate about what things are going to be like. we're making a video to help explain and show you ahead of time to know what to expect when you come. And we just need a little more time to do that. It's to notify the service teams that we're going to be starting up, see who feels comfortable coming back right now and who doesn't. We'll probably need to adjust some teams and things like that. And so just a couple days is not enough to do all of that. We're also working very hard to get our live streaming capability up and running for computers and cameras to be able to continue to produce high quality online service for people who don't feel comfortable attending in person yet. Also, like I mentioned, we will have online services still available. So I know that even though we are opening up, many of you, maybe you are a little older, or you have an underlying health condition, or you're just a little bit uneasy about meeting in an enclosed space right now. You're welcome to stay home and watch our online services. We will not judge you. We will miss you, and we hope to stay connected with you the best you can, but you don't have to feel pressure to attend in person. All right, so those are just a few of the updates that I want to share with you today. We'll stay connected over the next few days by email and Facebook, so just watch out for those updates and those things coming out your way between now and the 21st. I would encourage you to join us this Sunday for our last online-only service, and we would love to have you for that. That would be awesome. And I am so excited to see many of you again soon. So God bless. Have a great day. I love you all.